approximately 25 roads going to the coal face. And each road, are you metric or feet an inch? What do you measure?
Well, it just
What do you measure?
doesn't really matter.
What do you measure?
Are you imperial or are you
I-
millimeters, sir?
Just do do both, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
So every road in the mine was 12 yards apart or 11 metres. The coal face on each road, 2 men, a drawer, fill in the hutch with a number 8 shovel, and a shoveler lying on the side with a number 4 shovel on the handy cut.
Cracking away.
That's the coal face. That's into the road. Now that man lying on the side continues down in that direction 5.5 metres or 6 yards, shoveling the coal up as he goes down. And the miner on the road below is coming up and meeting him on the side. He's shoveling down to his road.
Yeah. It's like a chain.
Yeah,
Like a chain
so by
gang.
the time you're that, when you're halfway down, you're shoveling 3 times across your shoulder again there. There's no hair going the back of your hand, you're hitting the roof all the time.
And
So
had
when
you
you're
many
the first-
collapses?
Huh?
Had you many
Now and again, you
would be
would.
a collapse like
You wouldn't know, but you nearly know, like when you're a long time mining, you know when it's about to happen. Not all the time, but you know. Ears and eyes important have been
that's it, yeah.
clear at all times. So when you're the first half out, you had your piece. The lingo was Scottish.
Yeah.
And you had your piece eaten, you went in the opposite side, you shoved out the other half, and then you were done. Even though the shift was 8 to 4, you were finished about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the day. You were on price work.
Yeah,
Well,
but
they did
that's
it all.
down to come back up.
It wouldn't take 20 minutes walking fast. So you could be heading out at 1:30 or 2 o'clock and have 10 ton of coal shoveled out, 10,000 kg. That's just to give you an idea. Now, the lingo was Scottish, so you wore a vest under your shirt for perspiration. A vest was a sillet. And where your name was the gob, you didn't say your back to the slate, you scowled it. And you were from where? Where did you say this man from?
I used to live near Bridgend in South Wales, yeah.
So what did he call your lunch? Was it your snap or your beat?
I don't know now. But
Snap and beat was over there. One was Newcastle and one was up your way. So that was your lunch too, snap or beat.
all right.
Yeah.
And Manchester was your buffet.
It's your buffy, yeah.
What's your new name in
My name is Aquinas.
huh?
Aquinas.
What? See, that's the family name.
Nicholas Gallagher.
Oh, right.
You go in anywhere in Sligo graveyard, you see his
Oh,
name is on nearly every second stone in the old graveyard.
Now this was the first stop on the way to the mines.
Say your prayers.
So your prayers, my two religions worked here, but all said the prayers here. You said a prayer that you be safe throughout the day and get out safe again in the evening, and we done the same on the way out. That was our health and safety officer.
Right now.
So this is a drift mine.
Drift mine. And that rusty colour of the stalactites and stalagmites is iron oxide.
I'm not saying I should go.
And they was the first thing mined here in the 1600s. Not in this mine, but in the mountain.
Oh, before coal.
Iron before coal, yeah, 1600s. It was found in the valley in the 1700s. Some of the iron from it was used to make the Liffey Bridge, was used to make railway lines, various things like that.
Yeah.
And there was smelted iron, they knew nothing about coal in the beginning, so that all the hazel on the mountain used to make charcoal and smelt iron. So in the war years, there was no timber, so there was men out in quarries quarrying stone, and they used stone pillars with the coal face.
Oh.
In
Was there ever any gold found down in?
No.
No.
No gold.
No, but you know, like when you're mining.
The coal is black gold, all right.
Well, it is. It is at the minute now. Oil is the black gold now at the minute with everyone.
Now that's the plan of the mines. The blue line displayed for is this one here, you're on it.
Yeah.
It's right through the doors. From it we drove down the slopes left and right, there and there. And there was 2 sets of rails, 2 sets of curves going both directions. And from that then you drove the branch roads to the coal face, the black line, see?
Yeah. Everyone that branch off then into black line.
That's the coal face where you saw your 2 men in the picture.
Yeah.
So you were down halfway, you met this fella, you had your piece, went in the other side, shoveled it out in the hole. And each was doing the same at the same time.
It was like a chain
Yeah.
a chain gang.
So 4 o'clock in the evening they came in a new shift, a brusher.
Yeah.
Now the brusher drilled the overhanging slate or rock, he blasted it, he left a flush on the coal for the next day. So the actual mine progressed 1 yard or 1 metre in that direction every day. They asked 3 men to go down along the coal face, or 3 men on an electric coal cutting machine. This is a cross section of the mountain, that's where the coal outcropped. We're on this seam today, the sandstone is right over us,
Yeah.
and that's the level I worked in higher up. And as you come into the car park, you probably saw the slate up there.
I did, yeah.
That came out of the mine on top here.
Which that's hence why you have the stone quarry.
Yeah. And now, so from over that slate was rock, it's not mentioned there, but there was rock and then bog. And the coal on top was a good quality coal, a soft, semi-bituminous coal, and had a carbon content of about 80 or 90%. And in the beginning, of course, was horse and cart, donkey and cart brought the coal. It was also brought by horse and cart to Battlebridge and Dunshampur. From there on barges from the canal to Dublin, horses pulling on the outside. 1920, the narrowest railway line came into the valley. That continued until 1958, and the winter power station in 58, and that kept going until 1992. The mine closed in 1990. Power station had the surplus of coal set open for 2 more years. Only provided 0.2% of the country's need, but nevertheless it was taking 55,000 tonne coal a year. The coal that we're on today is an inferior coal. It's similar to that crow coal down there. Has a high ash content of about 40%, a dead coal.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's ideal for power stations. They used it in Germany. You blow it into the furnace as a dust and you boost to it all. And they want to build this new power station just to have a revolving grate that was around the ash trigger. It never happened.
No, we should
Reason-
all the peat ones in Ireland now. So.
Yeah, but the reason was that Des O'Malley was a minister in the Fianna Fáil
Yeah, I
government.
know exactly this.
He went on later and he formed the PDs. He was from Limerick. He said it was cheaper to buy the coal from America. And that's what happened. He economics closed the mines here.
It throws all the peat
Yeah.
in this
Oh,
country.
yeah. And
And we have to go from Germany now.
They're buying it in from Poland and
Germany, so yeah.
shocking.
Actually, no.
But that Green Party that went into power in Fianna Fáil, I asked the head civil servant here one day what to do with the money. First time he said down their pocket. It's an excuse to get the money. The water changes all the time. You have hot periods and cold periods. When this coal was formed 360 million years ago, the temperature was 3 times what it is today. The Green Party made everybody go mad. And the American scale tree that formed the coal is out there in the museum. It proved to be 10 metres high, 33 foot high. And ferdins were known as ferdin trees. That a leaf becker ferdin was going to be 90 metres high. And this part of the water was south of the equator at that time, submerged under water, and that was sediment floating in the vegetation. Hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Word is changing all the
Now,
time.
the Arigna Valley is owned a mine in the south of Ireland, we're miners from here down. The coal in the south is a better quality, it's the hard anthracite and smoke.
Like Welsh coal.
And
Anthracite. Anthracite.
yes, there's good coal, hard to light when you get literally. There was various mines in the south of course, you can look up on this picture. That's an air shaft, found something here, no? That was a problem we had fresh air, we didn't have. We were legally entitled to fresh air from 1962 on. It's only clauses from the government.
They don't belong to the clauses. But that was an exit. That's an emergency exit. Like,
That's only because they use it for tourism.
Oh, yeah.
You don't get through it, you're still at risk, but I wouldn't get through it.
Oh, you can smell the coal now.
Yeah, you don't like smell
You
it.
can smell it. Well, I can smell it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
of course you can.
I know it's sulfur.
The temperature is 10 degrees.
All right.
Temperature here now is 10 degrees Celsius.
It's constant.
Constant, yes. And if you're down in Navan, the lead and zinc mine, it's a mile down, the temperature there will be 39 degrees Celsius.
Oh, I was in
Deep
Navan. I
river.
was in there. They have minerals down that
Yeah.
mine.
The deeper you go, the warmer it gets. Core of the earth is mad hot. That's photosynthesis, artificial light, heat and moisture.
All right.
As sun firms growing. Not as good as it used to be, because the LED lamps are not as warm as the old lamps. Now, we didn't use ribs or rings of steel, that's what you get in the tunnels.
No, it was all timber.
Yeah, we used the local wood, Sitka spruce or softwood. We put up 2 uprights or 2 legs, a crown across the top. The whole thing was known as a set of timbers.
Mm.
What's your
I've
head?
done it. I've worked in. I was on the tunnel. What do you call it? Tunnel in England.
Where were you?
Doing the rings on the cross rail.
Were you
I
doing
was in-
ribs and rings?
I was doing ribs and rings. Yeah.
Where was that?
I was in the Stratford branch.
No, at the railway line.
The Elizabeth
railway
line.
underneath
Yeah.
the cross rail.
Yeah.
But even
Now-
there, like we used to have collapses and things.
Oh yeah, you had to figure out the mountain for yourself. That man is faced the wrong way, but other than that, that's where you were shoveling the coal, you get me?
Yeah, he
With
was
your feet
just-
to be here and your head to be in.
And that's the wee drill, is it?
And that's an air pick and pneumatic drill.
You can see all the way
Yeah.
across, even through the seam.
So you went down there 6 years, 5.5 meters, shoveling that one. I had some of the tunnellers with me here that I worked in the tunnels in London with. Said that work we were doing was nothing compared to this.
Oh no, this is different. This
Yeah.
like the
So-
machines and stuff.
The daytime was production of coal, night time you extended the roads in, timbers tops were down ways. This is the result of using the Gerry night time. We drilled holes similar to the one on the right.
Yeah. Well, you blow it.
And you have it by hand here. In the tunnels, it was you done the circles.
Yeah. So,
In or out, or one blue quick and the other. Now, that rock is still too big. You have to go back out, get a stick of gelatin and blast it again. We call that putting a lay on. We put to the side of the bottom of that. Now, if it was very wet like there on the left, we'd use Cortex. But we normally use nitroglycerin in a gel form.
Nitroglycerin, yeah.
And nitroglycerin is now used in a tablet form for people with angina.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
The tablet under your tongue will be your ticker. Wait, sure.
Oh, well, it is.
What's your head?
Hopefully we don't need it, like.
I know.
It is, oh, nitroglycerin. It was all about on different ways.
It's floor, huh? Watch your temperature down there. That's the temperature gauge that we never had. So she's bang on the 10 degrees.
Oh, she is, yeah.
Underfloor heating. Huh?
It is bang on 10 degrees, yeah?
Yeah. Now some of the girls out there at the desk will tell you it's 11, but I never seen it 11. Now what's your head that you come along here? So we were paid by the ton.
By the ton.
Approximately 300 by the ton. And a ton is 1,000 kg metal.
Yeah.
And you're paid for the year of the year of Russian, and your extra hours to make up your wages. Now what will be the meter of it?
Well, no, that's it.
You wouldn't have get this now, you wouldn't have any health and safety.
We're not allowed to do it anymore. Well, we can get it in from a different country.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is like the carts.
Yeah, the hutches. I think we call them drams over Huddersfield comes from.
Yeah, Wales, yeah, they call them drams, yeah.
Cutter, shoveler.
Now that's a drill. That's a drill for drilling slate or mudstone because in the mine on top of the slate. And if the bit got blunt, see the nail there, look.
Yeah.
Out the nail with a new bit in the top, a sharp bit. Put it in that will call a goose, and the goose is worked on compressed air. There was a young lad got into with the goose, he ended up in Sligo Hospital, and the nurse asked him what happened. He says, I got into difficulty with a goose. I don't think she ever
She didn't know what it was out of it. No, there's the lines.
Now that's an endless rope, it's like a fan belt.
And then, yeah.
So 2.5 mile in there was 5 mile rope, or 5 kilometres in, 10 kilometres rope. When you want to extend it on in, you took the frame and wheel down, you moved it forward, and a man came in that knew how to splice the rope and add a new piece in. Now that's where we were there a few minutes ago, behind them doors.
Yeah.
Now you'll have to imagine this being the red line to Dublin slope, and you'll also have to imagine the road every 12 yards or 11 metres parallel to this road, all along on that side and all along on that side.
Yeah, on different veins.
Yeah, to be all known, same vein of coal. This is alien to me because the coal is on the ground.
Yeah.
But you have picture 25 for us coming out there at intervals. All downhill, curves here, curves there. Leave the hook here, deposit it there, and left lady called the line. You run backwards and empty to fill it again. And there was one man on there worked there, a clipsman. Over his head was bell wire. The wire was stripped. He joined the two pieces together. It sent a signal all the way out for the man outside to start the engine out to touch.
Oh, yeah.
And this went on from 8 o'clock in the morning to 12 at night. First shift 8 hours, second shift 4 to 12. We also had wooden hunches. The wooden hunches had a little bit less coal than the steel ones. Some mines had locomotives, but when you diesel locomotives, but when you're in a long journey, you didn't want fuels. This was a better system. So the engine that would be for this year to go on the outside, a massive engine, we tried to size that.
Yeah.
Cable haulage.
And I'd say even before engines was people pulling them.
They went to there was one mining company here up to 1990 that had no electricity on the wheel out.
Yeah, manuals. It's all manual, yeah.
That's it.
So like the bill was sent down and the
Are you happy with that? Do you want me to do it again for you?
Oh, yeah, thanks, yeah. Yeah, thanks.
One bell to start, 2 bells was to stop, a continuous bell was an emergency. As far as I remember now. I was in Sligo Saturday.
Yeah. At the marriage.
No, I was not. I was down for my birthday. I was in that place in the College Street. You know the pizza place in the College Street?
Oh, I do, yeah. That's Ian Collie.
No, it's not. It's another one. It's for Woolworths was one thing. Seen off the road. Down near the.
Oh yes, you go down John F. Kennedy Parade. You go down.
No, you're not.
No, it's on the front of O'Connell Street, isn't
It's on
it?
the College Street.
It's got a stone baked pizza, is it?
Yes, it's an name was oh no, I can't think of the name of it now. It's only 3 or 4 at the word. The young lad had a voucher for us and we used it. Oh, I can't think of the name. No, it wasn't Austin, but it was some name like that. But yeah, and I went up to shoot the crows and I drink there. I
like to shoot the crows.
went up to
Yeah.
do the
Dudes.
I went up and I went down. He taught me at school.
Did he? Well, you must know my father. Because Dumatlin's, my father lived just around the Temple Street, just around the corner.
And then I went down to
Swagman.
no, I went down to the your man that the redhead man had it years ago down after Old Market Street. It was went up to Ballymore when he got married late in life. Except for the sister ran the pub. Tommy Regan.
Oh yes.
And he bought the Troubadour.
The Troubadour, yeah.
There was 4 or 5 there.
The Troubadour, yeah.
Went back down to Gracie.
Currents used to be across the road, but Currents are out in Rathcarnock now.
So Gracie's was when that's where he ended up on Gracie's.
Gracie's, oh
About
yeah.
10 pints of Guinness and a black glass of wine. So Crusher in the south.
Arigna Crusher, yeah.
But the electricity didn't come into my house in Gabriel until 1963. I remember the Tilly left big pump and hung up on a hook. And when that came, it was known as the Iron Man, capable of cutting over 200 ton of coal a day.
It's like a chain.
Yeah, and there was a lady in the valley kept Rogers, and she had about the Iron Man and the mighty worker he was. And she was wondering who was he staying with because he wasn't
He wasn't still with the machine. Like
12 inches high is 2.5 to 3 ton, about 3,000 kg. It was made by Anderson Boss in Strathclyde, Motherwell, outside Glasgow.
All right.
Strathclyde, oh yeah.
It was a big industrial area employing up to 3,000 workers at the time. Works like a chainsaw, as you said.
Yeah, it's like a chain.
Puts a yard or a metre at the bottom of the coal at 90 degrees to the machine. And it also winches itself off. And if you look there, it's in the name.
It winches means it moves on.
Yeah, I'll show you here now. That's your 3-phase electricity, the black cable going up into the brass ending. The man lay behind the controls, he back there all night, and he also let out the wire rope you see in the background.
Yeah, yeah.
There was a loop on the end of the cable like this.
Yeah.
There was a man there behind called a haulage man. But all he done was put a rail down into the loop and anchored it in the roof.
So you were building as you were buying it?
No, yeah, that's wedge. So now when the first man released one of these levers, the drum starts spinning with the rope on. See it there?
Yeah, yeah.
And the tension came on the rail, and the rail won't give in now because it's anchored.
Mm.
So she wound herself to the rail and cut the cord. And on reaching the rail, he stopped the machine, let the cable out again. The whole thing had to start all over again. So that went on all night. Stop, start, stop, start.
Yeah, yeah.
Third
Seems
man
like a
was-
TBM.
Yeah.
TBM would go so far forward,
Mm.
and then
Tunnel
lines it
boring
up,
machine,
and then it
yeah.
has to catch up.
And the third man was a pillar man putting up these timbers. We called him a cap and a pillar or timber and lead. And there was another job in this mine, not every mine, taking down that layer of stone known as spotting stone to load the machine up. Otherwise it will get moved.
Yeah.
2 men normally went ahead of it at night time, took it down, and the Scotch lingo was stowed. We can say we're back for it. Stowed in out of the way. Now,
What
And
did
he's motorbike.
big motorbike, the Irish were breaking concrete on quickly moving. There's 3 hoses going in, one first there to grind the jackhammer and one for the leg. In fact, the leg is on it, one miner could work with on his own. Converted gas them, full of water.
That's how it's a kickback.
Yeah, and the water goes up through the hose, out through the drill bits, into the drill bit, the hose.
Yeah.
And the water then came out here to the side of it. There's a tungsten bitter head in that.
Yeah.
So one miner would drill that in 5 minutes. But in years gone by, a miner held a bear there, he rotated every so often, 2 men took turtles and hammers. The best of them it took them 2 hours. So 2 hours came down to 5 minutes when they got complete.
Yeah, when they got it right. Yeah.
In the 400 years there was only 4 fatalities. There was injuries and broken limbs. If you broke a finger or a toe, you'd wrap it in cloth and work away. A lot of miners did die young, they died slowly, and they died from silicosis. If you look closely, you see the silica glittering over the rock face.
Silica, yeah.
Of course, then my father died at 21 years of age. They were drilling that rock without any water.
Yes.
He died at 21. And now I was asked to his sister's 100th birthday 3 weeks ago. So he was right along livers. Now, they're selling this sandstone at the present time of this mountain across the border to Manox to make glass bottles.
All right.
Australia has banned the use of silica sandstone, they don't use it anymore. You get pneumoconiosis from the coal dust, long-term with black lung. You get white finger from constant using air picks and
Vibration.
I have that too. Nowadays, I think you're only supposed to use that equipment for 20 minutes, with a special pair of gloves that absorb the shock, and someone else to take over. Now, watch your head as you come up here.
That's a bomb box.
Right.
Yeah, a bomb
Now,
box.
if this was back in my time, the average height of the roof would be there. So we walked with our heads down and sideways at the start of this up. There was no electric light here, the electric ceased at the haulage. Totally depending on whatever light you had yourself. There was rails coming up on timber sleepers, and the coal was always on ground level like this. That's the same thing with coal. That's the way we work right now, on the ground. So you walk in, long journey in the morning, rest for a few minutes, take off your coat or jacket, lie on your side, shovel down the 6 yards or 5.5 metres of coal. You'd have that down by 11 o'clock, and you'd sit out there on the side of the road and have your piece with the drawer, keep your feet in off the rails against stone fell on you. Your piece consisted of a whiskey bottle of tea wrapped in a sock or a newspaper, might be wrapped in anything. If you were sweating in there, cold tea was hard wet. Back in, shovel out the other half, and away home they went you unless the fireman asked you to help someone. If you said to a lone miner it was wet, he'd tell you, sonny, you can only get wet once. Okay,
But that's it, too.
and if you wore a wetsuit, you'd sweat in it. So the best thing to do is probably the colder something you shovel away. 4 o'clock in the evening, the brusher comes. That's what greets him, look. The lethal coal is gone beneath of the yard of coal. Now, the nightman's job is to get rid of that metre or yard of rock. And there's 25 or 30 roads in a similar position, all the same distance apart, to get me.
Yeah.
So the first thing you do at 4 o'clock, put up a set of timbers on the edge known as breakers. Another set of breakers on this edge. Get your 4-pound hammer, take away that middle timber. That was the dayman's for his safety. Out for the drill a hole in the middle here, and then out to the magazine, a tin box out at the haulage system, bring in 3 or 4 sticks of gelignite, and the last stick you cap and strum, and you cut the strum 3 to 4 foot long, a metre long. You stem it in with a wooden or brass stemmer, you wouldn't use metal in case of friction. All we had was the handle of a brush, so you wedge it in there and tighten it up. And now you shout to the man in the road above and below you, and each miner in turn will shout to the man below him, your voice will carry in the gong. Are you ready to fire, lads? Eventually the word comes back, fire or fire in the hole, so you light the fuse. The fuse has a powder residue on it. It slows down the burning and gives you a minute for every foot you let it
Get out.
So 3 foot 3 minutes, 4 foot 4 minutes, a metre slightly over 3 minutes.
Yeah.
On your way out to irrigation, if you're listening, you'd like to hear the shotgun off. We'd meet at the haulage system, we'd have our piece. We'd wait an hour to allow all the dust and reek from every road to go out and up the earth. Come back afterwards. Big pile of rubber waiting for you here. Fill a few hutches for the young drawers, send it out. But once you've got an opening there in the gob, you pull yourself in. You stowed and backfill that slate and rock back there for a couple of metres or yards, so the coal was yesterday. A metre or a yard wide. You'd bend it like a dry wall at home, and you'd wedge it tight.
Yeah.
When you've that completed, you do the very same on this side. So when you can wait from completing this task, that rock now will be flush on the coal like there. Actually, there should be no coal here, but that's the metre to go forward.
Yeah.
And when that went him out, he made it put up timbers and put down rails. The last 3 men to come down now are the 3 men on the electric coal cutting machine to cut the run for the morning, and everything is ready for 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. And before there was any electricity, they were using a hand pick. It's about 18 inches across there when you were half a metre. A miner cut for 2 days with that, and the second evening get your hammer, take the head down the handle in this direction. The headed for home to your own house in those times. Put into the open fire, you'd redden it, point it, temper it, bring it back again the next day. A good miner would put 2.5 to 3 ton of coal a day with that. That'd be 3,000 kg. He didn't have a fancy helmet, he wore an ordinary man's cap, and some of the miners still wore the soft cap in my time, to support the carbide lamps that ran a strip of tin from the middle of the peak around the back. Going back to the hand pick, we're using candles. Penny candles, like a church candle. And on the way into work in the morning, they were behind a bit of wet soil or mud. Round here the soil is very poor, sticky dog. They left the sticky dog down on the rock and they put the candle into it. Now the candle would be full size, like.
Yeah.
So they left it into the dog, lit it. The drawer had a wooden hutch on wooden rails, which I believe was hard to wheel on the bumper of his hutch is mud in his candle. So 3 or 4 candles a day. In the 70s when I came here, I used a carbide tap. And in the 1980s, I found it hard to get carbide. This one was made in Leeds, actually.
Right.
£8 to buy, taking out your wages after 2 weeks. In the 80s, I found it hard to get carbide, so they bought electric or battery lamp second hand from a British mine Sligo. I normally put out the lights to give you a simulation of an explosion. Is that okay?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Just be aware of your head room there now.
Yeah.
Don't be bumping your head.
Okay.
Now, if my car breaks down quench years ago, my matches were wet. The best thing to do is get down on your hands and knees and follow the rails. You met someone that had it. If this camera wasn't on, you wouldn't see nothing. You could wave your hand in front of your face and you won't see it. Something wrong with this. Is not working right. It's like actually coming back on now.
Is it meant to make a flash or something?
You lift it a bit first. It's supposed to lift up quick. I don't know if it's broken or not. It's supposed to come back on. This Arigna Valley was 25 years ago. The roads got together. They came up with this community initiative. They got money from the government and they got to a certain amount. JP McManus, the billionaire horseman of the
Ah, the horseman, yes, Limerick man.
But his father came from England.
Oh.
This valley, yes.
But I've been down here to see Santa Claus.
It's up and on. It's a success, but it's down to becoming the key that keeps it up. Well, thanks very much.
What's the thing there? What's that?
That's an emergency light that will come on when it gets there.
All right.
What's this thing? This little box thing here. What's that?
Oh, that's the 3 phase electricity.
All right.